We are honored to present this special event by renowned ceramic artist Shozo Michikawa, and we are excited to have you all join us for this special occasion. He flew in from Japan last Sunday for the opening of his solo exhibition at Hostler Barrow Gallery in Los Angeles, which will open tomorrow, November 18th, and run through December 23rd. We are very grateful for Hostler Barrows for this opportunity to co-present tonight's program, and also Hollis Goodall, Curator of Japanese Art at Los Angeles County Museum of Art, to be a part of this program. She will provide an introduction of the artist. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Hollis Goodall to the podium.
Thank you, Uchida-san. And I want to say a great thank you to the Japan Foundation staff who's working hard to make sure that this program comes to fruition, and also to Juliet Burrows and all of her staff, including Mary, who's sitting here, to Michikawa Shozo and Fujita Atsumi for contacting me initially to try to put together this project. I've learned so much with Michikawa-san, and I'm very grateful for that. We have two works at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art by Michikawa-san, and we're looking forward to perhaps more coming in with this exhibition being in town. Oh, I hope. As you're about to see, Michikawa Shozo's approach to potting is unique within the large field of ceramics in Japan. His hands and body are primarily involved in slamming the clay into shape. And then he rakes and slices the surface and proceeds to stab the resulting form with a dowel that he forces into the clay's interior. From this point, he passes the outcome to chance, provided by the motion of the electric wheel. The finished products reveal the physics of speed and centrifugal force. Michikawa grew up in Hokkaido, northernmost of the main Japanese islands. And having finished college in Tokyo, he decided to become a potter, relocating to the ancient kiln site of Seto. Seto lies at Japan's center in Aichi Prefecture and has been active as a kiln site since about the 13th century. During the first 10 years of his career, Michikawa potted on a production line, building over time a kinetic memory for proper shaping of clay. Once he determined to break free of production wear, he spent the ensuing 30 years learning to cooperate with physics as his partner in the creation of sculptural forms. Though Michikawa's sculpture can be used as a dynamic shape in a flower arrangement, it also stands alone as a work of art. Visual stimulants for Michikawa's ceramics range through a variety of sources. Foremost is the volcanic lake country in which he grew up. Locally, Lake Toya, near where he spent his youth, is reminiscent of Crater Lake in Oregon, a mile deep, sapphire blue, lined with basalt, and in winter festooned with snow. His kohiki, or white slip glazed wares, evoke snow laying on black lava or down trees, and the torquing of clay could suggest once molten forms blown from an eruption. The white glaze on black clay bespeaks one of Michikawa's favorite aesthetic principles, which is that of contrast. Dark, light, open, closed, interior, exterior, springing, flattened. These attributes range across his sculpture. Beyond the environment of his youth and his fascination with contrast, The effects of time on natural forms lie at the heart of Michikawa's aesthetic outlook. Evocation of time's passage and the transitoriness of all things, whether they occur quickly or over millennia, is a principle of Buddhist origin that underlies much Japanese art, and in particular, contemporary pottery. Though again, Michikawa's approach remains solitary for the outward expulsion of mass from the clay's interior. Another aesthetic source is the pottery of Japanese mid-Jomon era, which is about 3,000 to 2,000 years BCE. Some of the earliest art for art's sake produced in the world. The surfaces of these vessels recall the forces of nature, as spirals and whorls in some cases lift off the surface of the vessel almost as flames from its upper rim. Tonight, Michikawa-san will be working with clay graciously provided by Tony Marsh, master ceramist from Long Beach, California. When working in Seto, Michikawa sources clay from Shigaraki, which is excavated from the ancient lake bed of Lake Biwa, for his wood-fired ash glaze works. He uses local black clay for his tanka, which are charcoal-fired works, and for kohiki works with slip on dark clay. And then he uses regular Seto clay for tea bowls. When using clay from places that he visits for demonstrations, he is sometimes surprised by its qualities. As this is Michikawa-san's first visit to Los Angeles, we welcome him and hope that the clay brings him happiness. Yoroshiku onegaishimasu.
Good evening. I'm Shozo Michikawa from Seto, Japan. Firstly, thank you for organization, Japan Foundation, Los Angeles, and thank you for the growth. And of course, Gallery Hostel Barrows, and so Tony Marsh and prepare for my wheel and the client. So today, firstly, I'm going to explain my background and my philosophy and my works. And after the lecture, I'm going to do a demonstration, maybe 3 kind sculpture on the wheel. I hope you enjoy and relax. Okay. あ、こっちで。Things is nature into art. So firstly, this is my poem. to retain the natural intentions of clay. A cold winter morning, raising clay in the workshop, more painful than cold. The feel of a handful of clay steel rises from one hand, and just for an instant it itches. Various shapes are born from my hand. This morning's little satisfaction. Maybe so winter season, very cold, go to the studio, the clay is more cold. Oh, I don't like to touch, but must do the work. And waiting, going, my blood going around, and little bit my hand itchy, but I'm very happy. So I have no special master, but he is my master, and his hand. Very sadly, she has died, and I'm very sad to see her. So I was born Hokkaido, northern part of Japan, and in front is the Lake Toya, and behind the volcano is and Showa season. It's a very, very energetic place. So lots of explosion. When I was young, the East Mountain explosion, and but in front, very quiet, very beautiful lake. So very energetic and so very quiet. That is my background. I was very influenced of my hometown. And now I'm living in Seto. Seto is always a very, very historical city of Slam. We have almost over 1,000 years history of Slam. And look, this is the Kagawa Jinja, Shinto shrine, but very important shrine because we have a stoneware god here. And this is the Shinto shrine, but porcelain god here. So both, if you potter or ceramist, but come to Japan, must visit to both, shrine. It is a very, very good for the luck fortune. So must visit to shrine. Why Seto is the development of ceramics? Because of lots of clay. This is a clay mountain. Because under the city, almost clay. So this is we say, oh, this is near Las Vegas. We say mini Grand Canyon in Japan. And this is my studio in Seto. It's a very, very tiny studio, but I set up over 40 years, same place. And that is my philosophy of process of making ceramics. First, treat the power and stretch, cracking, contrast, functional imperfection. That is my work. I'm thinking about this kind of idea. For example, it's a very, very, this is the green clay. So it's very rough and smooth. So I love the contrast. So it is very, you can understand. And I'm just talking about my work. First, koshiki. Koshiki means, using a very, this from the Korea, first original from Korea, and this part is very dark gray, iron gray, and white slip, and after clear gray. And because before discover porcelain, of course people like a white color, but in Korea lots of kaolin. So this white material mostly the kaolin, and look, this is a square shape, but I made on the way. It's a very magical thing, but later I'm going to do like this kind of throwing. Also, this is same costume art. This firstly, this very more long or high, and cut like this and cut like this. And after my hand or sometimes my long stick going inside to bottom, and we running all parties, separating like a Rubik's cube. And why this is more dynamic? Because my power more strong here, not average. My hand inside, sometimes very not so strong, very strong, not strong again. Also, this is a triangle shape. So firstly, this part together, but I'm cutting like this, and the part is going to separate. Also, more this is more advanced. You can see inside the condition. And this is a cut like this, not like that. So this is this part, just sliding. And this is iron. We say the onita, organic iron. We can duck near around the Seto in the mountain. So next is the tanka. Tanka means smoked fire. So for example, this piece and on the firing, on the way, inside using a saga, put in a saga, and all around the charcoal and high firing with it's okay, gas firing or wood firing, and all smoke go inside the clay, and like smoked salmon or like a smoked pottery. And also this line is a very interesting line. This is a transfer from the paper because in the Seto is also we have more lots of factory or industrial company. So we have some paper and put on the slip. And when I made triangle shape, I touch the paper and transfer, put on the slip here. Also, this slip is going, moving. So it's a very, very, interesting technique. This same kind of piece in Los Angeles County Museum, I think. Also, one of the philosophy very rough and smooth. Is one piece in two different direction, rough and smooth, rough and smooth. That is one of my idea, my philosophy. And also, this is tanka with a silver, because firstly I fired tanka fire, make a black, and after I paint using a silver liquid and paint it here, and over firing, about low firing, and coming silver. Also, this is a shine and this is matte. Same idea to different feeling. And next is natural ash. I have two kilns. One kiln and gas kiln in Seto, and other one is Anagama kiln in Shizuoka, more countryside, because it is now very difficult in the wood firing in the city side. Also, this is firing about 3 days, and using on the way red akamatsu, we say red pine tree, and lot of ash covered and after melting, and they make a glaze, but the other side no glaze. So also this is the shiny part and matte part. This is Bizen ware. This is more 1 week firing, and the Bizen clay. Also, this is very unique making. Firstly, this is a top side. This is a bottom side. I'm after making, I'm upside down, and I close the hole, and I open the hole here. Why I make like this hole? Because ceramic history of ceramics. Firstly, kind of a functional. So I like left some functional parts. If nothing whole, all objects, because I love using clay ceramics. So I'm a very respect about the functional way also. This is I fired in North Carolina with my friend Judy Duff as train kiln. And also this clay is American clay, I think North Carolina. And this is very interesting, very more blue. It's this color is more strong reduction may make this kind of a color. Also more rich ash. So and this is making and changing. I don't know the side change. This is bottom top. This side, and I close a hole and I make a hole here again. Also, this is ash. Also, I made. This is the top and this is the bottom side, and little bit hole here. Same idea. And the next one in the Shino glaze. Shino also very traditional glaze, and getting popular America or of course Europe. You say American Shino or Australia Shino. Same things, lacquer and American lacquer. So, but original is started in Japan. So my work is very, very energetic and very moving style. So my glaze very simple. Sometimes no glaze or very white or black. Also, this is Shino. And this is finally a Beni Kohiki, same Kohiki, but Beni means pink color. So it's very difficult, high firing, like kind of pink color. All material, clay and slip, pink slip, I dug by myself near Seto. So it's all organic material. And next, and I'm some explain about my exhibitions. So I'm very honored have had exhibited in Forbidden City in China, 2005. So why I I was invited because China is a very big ceramic country. That China means pottery. So this 1300 because 1,300 years ago, Japan was accepted, from the Chinese technique. And firstly, of course, Chinese is, the tenmoku or celadam, and very, perfection shape. And my work is very, very different. So the Chinese, a very high political person saw my piece. He was so surprised. Like, it's sushi, Californian roll, and Japanese sushi, so very different. So maybe he was so surprised. Oh, so the please exhibited in 14 City, 2005 already, 16 years ago. And then next for which is also I had exhibited Shandong Museum. It's a very China. This is about 30-meter advertising. This is my name. So opening in the military band. Very, very, very China. And also inside, so it's a very good organization in the museum. And also I'm very based in so many times in London. And firstly, Gallery Besson after now, the Asking Holland Core. It's I have lots of exhibitions in London. And that's just the opening. Also, this is Quebec and Gallery Olympique Paris. So same shape. And this is the Nihonbashi Mitsukoshi. So it's a very little bit strange in the Japan. The department store, good department store has a gallery. Now a little bit different. Used to be the department, for example, Takashimaya Mitsukoshi is one of the best gallery. So I had Nihonbashi Mitsukoshi 2013. And also it's Frankfurt. So sometimes it's my piece and behind the calligraphy. This calligraphy, Yuichi Inoue, he also very famous calligrapher. And this is Paris. And also this is, I had exhibited museum in Seto. This time I collaborate with the photographer. This in the behind is Seguchi, photographer, and my piece. This feeling image in water put on the white some object, or in a forest in some pieces back, and finally the shadows. These pieces, the photographer shooted 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 parts, and they made the shadows and make one panel and put on the pieces. And some black part, these are real shadows. It looks like mandala. So very, I love, very interesting to collaborate with a different artist. Also, this is Copenhagen. It's A. Peterson. It looks all very big gallery, all yellow. I'm very surprised. Yellow color. Everything painted 3 times. They 3 times painted yellow. Also, sometimes art fair at the Basel, design Basel. Then I met Postalbao galleries, and now I'm happy exhibition now. Or Art Basel Hong Kong this year, This gallery is more modern art gallery, not ceramic gallery. And workshop and like this demonstration. This is England, West Wing, Chichester. Every year since 2007, usually every year I had a small workshop about 1 week. So the students made the tea ball, and finally 5 years, and we have a tea ceremony in the English Garden. Also, this is Concord University, USA. Oh, this is just a train kiln. And this is Maison de la Culture du Japonais at Paris. So look, everybody is blind. Why this is a thing? So, you know, we have very big argument, painting or sculpture or ceramic. But ceramics is 3 dimensions. So if handicapped people, for example, touch, this thing of touch the sculpture, touch the clay, touch the pottery. So this is different feeling. Also, it's a very big demonstration that Algira, Italy, finds us. So this is, you know, in front of nighttime, about 9 o'clock. Only me standing around in front of the dome. So many people, also around here. I did make a sculpture. Sorry, my hobby is ping pong. So sometimes I relax. And when I was in New York, I went to Chinatown, and I brought my racket. And Ichon and Harvard University workshop, or Victoria and Albert looks, and I have any tools. This is a mop. It's nothing tool. So I found. And another collaboration is a sushi restaurant. I made this kind of a dish. And sometimes in the Quebec, with collaboration with the Montreal Jazz. Sorry. And also this is Chile. This is the pre-Columbian music. With pre-Columbian music. This is very, just 1 month ago, we had a collaboration with a tea master and flower artist, Fugetsuro. And looks, you know, it's, I made pottery and just fresh pot, the flower artist, flower arrangement. And this calligraphy, last shogun, Tokugawa Keiki, because this house used to be lived in Tokugawa. And finally, I have a project in the Sasama. It's where I had a wood kiln, and very small village. And we have international ceramic festival every 2 years. We invited the international artists and demonstration and lecture. And now more promoting Wabi-Sabi village. And sometimes we are visiting elementary school, and he's an Irish potter and English and making ceramic school. And this is Anagama. And, you know, lots of this area, it's people is going down. So we have an idea, international plus very countryside, and something happening. And also lots of tea. Finally, so sorry, but yeah, okay, just a finish. And now I'm going to making pottery on the way. I think might be three works. This is the Japanese way of wedging. We say the kikuneri. Kiku, it look like chrysanthemum. So we say kikuneri. Very different in Europe or America. It looks easy, but very difficult. We say we need master skills. Oh. So in Japan, very popular clockwise way. So usually here we are anti-clockwise way. So why everybody asks why clockwise way? I don't know. Maybe everything is different. Japan sometimes, door slide here like this. We take off the shoes. You are shoes inside. So everything. So my brain is different.
Long time before I
was Chicago, in the sofa, it's a same like kind of building in Chicago. So I didn't touch outside. So every part is, moving, separating, make like pine cone or like this idea. When I was Philippines, that just mango fruits, like a cut like this, and like after that this. So all part, like this kind of surface. Suppose after little more, sometime, more like this. So each country is a different clay. So sometimes very difficult, but this is very good. It's very sticky and little bit rough. So very nice clay. So next one, I'm going to try to make a triangle sculpture on the wheel. Shortcuts the wedging. So So I made a triangle, this kind of a block, and So put on the center almost so finished. So this very mathematic shape, and but moving and separating here. And also, I never touch outside. So we make going to like this and twisting, and also possible to this kind of triangle or shape. So not after like this do that. So it is also very more firstly very straight line. The going to the curving. It's a very not touch, so it will make very beautiful line like this. So of course in my in studio more carefully and more it's take care. But this is so just a demonstration so that you can understand how do I make this kind of style. And the last one I'm going to try to square more big piece.
So the clay is one of the character is very good stretching. So that's a very important thing.
finish. So I hope tomorrow my
opening, you can see real piece in hostel balls. So 6 to 8 o'clock in the evening. So please come to see real piece. Thank you very much. Some questions? Or maybe if you come to see the, around here. Yeah, yes, please, please.もうたまたま質問してしまう。Sometimes, of course, I'm two different, two different clay joints. Bottom size iron clay, white clay, and so it is possible. Well, that's a sandwich, black clay, white clay, black clay, and make like this, and like kind of a sandwich, and so also stacking more. I can make more big one. So pieces stacking again, stacking like more high, more high. Hi. Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Where all the ships are stopped. So if you needed to glaze these pinkish objects.
So usually I like just dry, but very thick and very careful. So we need the time for the drying because very thick. And usually, wood fine, no gray. Or sometimes slip and because the piece is very moving. Yes, if I use the color too much, my feeling.
You don't like that?
Yes, sometimes I can use the color, but I like more natural way.
Yes.
With ash, natural ash.
Yeah, we don't have that very much here.
Mm.
It's pretty hard. Only a few places have that.
Okay.
Everything will catch fire.
Exactly.
But so what about a Shino glaze on a good
Oh,
pink clay?
yes, the Shino glaze, okay,
It's
yes.
the best thing for
Yes.
Long Beach.
I don't know the final color. Not fire. I never seen this training. Final is white one or little bit.
It's lighter than this, but it's not white.
Okay.
A lighter pink beige.
It still has that little pinkishness to it.
I think Shino is very
Shino, it's a really good Shino.
I think so.
Anyone have any other questions that they would like to ask?
Well, actually, if you're gonna glaze it,
Crystal.
would you spray it or brush it or?
I'm pouring.
Oh, you
if I do.
pour.
Not spray. Sometimes I'm more dynamic pouring, or sometimes like brushing, like a pork. No, more instant, more feeling more fast and speedy. Because one of the important things is speed, like a good chef. I'm very more fresh,
Oh, I see.
fresh clay. Need a speed. So I like speed very much.
Yeah.
So I have one other question. You make your own tools.
Yes, yes, of course. So I made some kind of tool, very convenient. So, this side, and I'm received Shozo stick. So I have a workshop everywhere. Everybody imitate this stick. Of course, I'm more using like more long one or around the stick or
Like a dowel,
yes,
we call it.
yes. But my best tool in my hand.
Yeah, I can see that.
Finger.
Your hands, your
Yes,
arms are very strong.
because I'm very feeling, how thick, how thin. So I'm just touch. It's very important.
Because you're trying to get it all the same, yeah, same thickness.
Or at least a safe thickness. So all of a sudden it doesn't break open or. Right.
これインターネットで質問してくる人います。
Yeah.
はいはい。
Okay, well, I want to say thank you so much.
Yes, very welcome, and I'm very happy to be here. So long time and very patient. And since 2 years ago, since 2 years, I'm in Japan. This is out of Japan, and here first time. So I'm very happy.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you again.